What up? No, it is another Thursday. You know what that means. It's another episode of Knockouts and Three Counts. And shit, man, we've almost survived another week. This guy survived the sanctuary. And yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about. But before we get started, I want to give a shout out to a friend of Corey and mine that we just found out passed away. Shout out, rest in peace, Travis Caulfield. It's ironic the timing. Travis went to the first WrestleMania I ever went to 15 years ago when Stone Cold was Stunner and Trump, and now we're here and they're talking about he might be back in the ring at this year's WrestleMania. So crazy the fucking timing. But hell yeah, man. Karam.
Yeah, definitely.
It has been a long time since we've had you on the show, brother.
What's going on, man?
How the hell are you doing, man? Because like we were trying to figure out before we came on the air, it has been a hot minute since we've had you on the show, but you are fresh back off of injury and all that good stuff. So first of all, how the hell are you doing?
I feel good, man. Honestly, like after the injury, it was actually pretty motivating to get in better shape and then just come back because I felt like I had to prove a point. Because every time I'm on a stride, something just would stop it, and then I was just so sick. I was like, I'm just gonna come back. I got something to prove. I don't want to be like identified as broken goods. So I think I really went past that, beyond that, and I feel good, man. I feel great. So I appreciate you having me on too. Thank you.
No, dude, it's our pleasure to have you back on. Like I said, I mean, we've been rocking with you since the Evolve days. I mean, we were one of the only ones in the state that were really rocking with Evolve back then. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm just glad to see you back out here and doing your thing. But we talked about your return a little bit, but before we get to that, I mean, tell me a little bit about the injury and what your whole recovery was like for that, man.
Yeah, man, I was just like training at the House of Truth Martini school, and we were just going through like normal drills, and like it was funny because I never do leapfrogs in matches and I never do them. So but I'll do them in training if we're just going through like some drills or something. And just, dude, I did it. I landed weird, and I just completely tore my patella tendon, just like off something so stupid, And it was really defeating because I had so many bookings at, that WrestleMania week, the collective and everything. So yeah, and they were saying I was going to be out for like 9 months. And I was like, no way. So I just really just upped the training, upped the intensity after surgery. I found a really good, physical therapists, and it was a mental battle at first, but I'm really glad I kept my head up, really, because like I told you, I just really felt like I had something to prove, and I'm glad I did. So, yep.
Well, the reason I ask all that, dude, is like you said. I mean, I was reading the post that you put out earlier after your debut on AEW, man, talking about you were projected to be out 9 months and you came back in 5 months.
Yeah.
I mean, big respect on that, dude, because, it's always a tricky game with that kind of stuff on whether you're going to, you want to get back as quick as you can, but you want to come back at 100% and you don't want to, re-tear anything, especially when you're fucking with knees. I mean, how do you feel about, does it make you any more, like, I guess, confident in your body at this point because you were able to recover that quickly? And
yes.
I mean, do you feel like it's anything that might linger, going on with your knee?
No, dude, like, it's so funny because when I was like 3 months into my rehab, I went to the surgeon and we did like an ultrasound on it. He was like, dude, I don't know, but this tendon looks 6 months old, not 3 months old. So at that point, I knew, I was like, all right, I was in a really good position. If it looks this good now, I could really up the intensity and start the weight training on it quicker. So really, and it comes from, I was in shape before, not as in shape, but I was in shape.
No shit.
I always like worked out. I always maintained a good diet and I had good habits. And I'm all about the faster you get the body moving, the quicker it's going to heal. So I just took that step, like, dude, 2 weeks after surgery, I was walking on crutches in the gym, like doing my upper body. Yeah, and I was training like one leg at a time. Like I was still training the one leg while the other one was still like stitches are on them, bro. So like I did everything smart, but I definitely pushed the limits, if that makes sense.
It's like the old saying, like a body in motion stays in motion, you know, like
Exactly,
if you
exactly.
there's definitely a time and a place for resting and stuff, and you know, immediately following and stuff, you know,
Yeah,
traumatic injuries and stuff, but more often than not you're better off just working through it, you know, like
dude.
I've realized that just in my nature of doing construction for so long. Like you'll have a tore up back or a tore up shoulder or something, but if you try to sit on it for 2 days, it's still going to hurt in 2 days.
Yep,
If you
yep.
just go to work and deal with it, it's just gone by the next day. So it's like you just
Right,
got to
dude.
keep it, you know, in motion.
Everybody says it's like, oh, well, you got good genetics and this and that. Like, sure, maybe I got like good genetics, but man, I had like my regiment every day to like a T. Like, what I would wake up at the same time, take the supplements I had to take, you know, eat my breakfast, go to the gym. Like, everything was like laid out. Then go to PT 3 times a week. Like, everything was laid out, structured, and like I had an ending date. So like I like worked really hard, man. Like I just was not gonna quit. No way. So.
First time stepping back in the ring after that injury, was there any type of doubt or anything, or just with the way you structured your regimen, like you're talking, did that do anything for you as soon as you step back in the ring?
So, like, it's always weird because I don't know, after you have a surgery, you could feel good, but your confidence isn't there right away. You have to like do it, and then you're like, oh, okay, this I feel it now. So, like, I definitely recommend going to training a little bit before you step in the ring and everything. But and I had a little bit more confidence because my first match back was at Sanctuary Fight Club. It was against Zach Gowen. And I mean, his reputation speaks for itself. So he took care of me. And dude, once I had that match, it was the match I needed to, okay, I'm ready. And everything kind of fell into place after that.
Look, dude, Zach Gowen is a fucking anomaly that I've been a fan of since he got the shit beat out of him by Brock Lesnar. Because I mean, let's just call it what it is. I grew up with cerebral palsy, so being a kid that had to deal with all that kind of shit, naturally, I might gravitate to somebody like that. So, like I said, shout out to Zach Gowen. I've said this multiple times. Zach, if you hear this, man, the door is open. The show would love to have you. But right now, we're happy to have Karam back with us. But, man, you talk about Sanctuary Fight Club. I was there, and funny thing, you took on a fellow past guest of this show, Silas Young. So, first of all, if you haven't done so, make sure you hit that motherfucking subscribe button. Or if you're watching on Facebook, hit that share button, like button, comment button. Joey, I see you in the comment button. I already appreciate you. But, yeah, man, we just had Silas on the show after I got to go to my first Sanctuary show. And you guys had a hell of a match this Sunday. And you came away as the first ever Thrash Zone champion. So, first of all, how are you feeling about getting that strap? And what are your thoughts on your match with Silas? And if any of you guys missed that episode, make sure you go check that out in our archive.
You know, every time you have like the belt put on you, it's the promotion believes in you, you know, and you're the face of that said promotion. So I was like, I really appreciate the fact that they wanted me to be the first one, which is so awesome. And honestly, a really cool feeling. I like how Sanctuary promotes itself and really how it displays itself. I think it's professional. And I think I like having that type of professionalism like in my home area, you know, and so I'm proud to be representing that promotion because I believe in that promotion. And I believe that's like top tier in our area right now. So, yeah, thankful for that. My match with Silas Young, obviously a pro again, and that's another reason why I like Sanctuary Fight Club. They put me in positions to grow. Any promotion that I think when you work with a newer talent and you give them opportunities to grow and you believe in them, I think that's really important, especially in the indies, you know, developing people like that. So, yeah, the match with Silas, it was awesome. Very, I would do it a 1,000 more times. You know, that's all I could say about it is that the guy obviously has been around forever and it showed, and I learned a ton, and I'm thankful for that. So it was a blast, man. Really, I love working there all the time. I'm just glad to be a staple there. So
Hey man, I mean, and that was a good thing. And so far from what we've seen in your matches in Sanctuary, I mean, like you said, with a guy like Silas who touts himself as the last real man, I mean, he took you guys went all around the place. I mean, hell, you guys were fighting by the bar. I mean, the last show I was at, Silas was getting punched in the balls on the bar, and then Zach Gowen was jumping off the bar to hit him. I mean, hot damn, you guys are getting down over there at Sanctuary, and dude. The DDT at the end, like Jake the Snake Roberts would be proud.
Yes,
like Ricky Steamboat,
funny,
if he
funny
sees that, is having chills in his fucking show.
Funny you saw that. Yeah, it's funny you said that because that was what ran through my mind. Is because that venue specifically, the ceiling is low, and this is also a shout out to Silas for listening to my ideas. I think that's awesome, and trust me in that way. So that was my idea for the finish because most of my moves, I'm big dude, so I'm tossing people high, and a ceiling like there, I can't really do like 80% of my move set. So it makes me have to think. Okay, well, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And then when it was a falls count anywhere, I was like, okay, well. I know what I want to do. So and Jake the Snake is like a dream obviously match that I won't ever have, but I watch him a lot and that type of psychology, and it's cool. So I always take little bits from him here and there. So I was glad I was able to do it.
So it's funny you say that because we've gotten to meet Jake and have a drop from Jake, and even now, dude, just in talking to the guy, he's just like he's got that like. Not just from his knowledge, but he's just got that, like, when he talks, you listen. Like, it's just something, I don't know how else to put it.
It's captivating.
Man. It's all in the voice.
Right, and he doesn't, and that's why, like, his shit was never, like, a promo. Like, sure, he may have thought of what he was going to say, but, like, even just in conversation, right? Like, when he gets on to the point that he's talking about, there's this real sense of, like, you just pay attention to what he's saying.
Right?
100%. 100%. Yeah, dude.
Am I the only one here that's never been to a Sanctuary thing yet?
No, Corey hasn't gone with me yet either.
What the hell, guys?
I'm not distracted.
Corey was fucking invited. All right,
kids, man.
I'm actually watching your match right now at Sanctuary with Matt Cross, and it's like to my left. So like, if you see me doing this, I just watched.
Oh yeah. Another cool.
You guys are fighting on the bar right now. Yeah, this is crazy shit. The vibe there is like incredible. Like what happened? Just for example, I'm watching you guys. You just hit him with a low blow on the bar. What if a guy is going up to the bar to get a drink right now? Do they work around you guys or what?
Hell yeah, they do.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll hit him in the nuts too.
They do.
Hell,
at the last show, Jody Threat was over there ordering a beer while Sam Beal getting him a fucking Busch Light or some shit.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I told her myself when we went over there at intermission. I feel like Sam Beal and that perm of his found out that Jody Threat ain't nothing to fuck with. I'm just saying.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You know, imagine going up and ordering a drink and like you guys are about to pull off a pile driver on the bar. Like, hey, just slide that through here for me, would you?
Right. That's funny as hell, man.
Somebody your size, right? You bring up like a venue like that, right, where you have to deal with like a lower ceiling or any type of obstacle in general, right? And you kind of bring up how you have to almost adapt and overcome the circumstances that are presented. Like, do you enjoy I know, like, of course, everybody wants like the perfect scenario where they have all the room in the world. But do you enjoy the challenges that come with that? I guess you could say.
I mean, yeah, but I'd rather be able to do whatever I want.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool to make yourself think. Okay, well, how can I do this? How can I do that? And work with it. But and because I will never like make something more half-assed just to do it. So like when I do like my hot shot lariat and they go fly and hit the ropes and I go my clothesline, I want them to go high. I don't like to really half-ass it too much. So I really can't do too many of the things that I want to do. So it's cool to have a challenge here and there, but I also like to showcase all of my ability. Pros and cons type of deal.
Well, while I was kind of thinking of how to word the question out, I chose to not use limit in that, but that's kind of how I was originally feeling too, is you've got to kind of limit yourself because of the situation. So
yeah, man, it's a good thing I got like a nice lariat and cool stuff like that. So
in other words, he just knows how to knock motherfuckers out.
Exactly. Yeah, like good forearms, good lariats, I'll be fine.
Stan Hansen would be proud. But we're talking about Sanctuary and all those things and the things that make them look professional. I completely agree with you. Where first of all, thanks to the guy I'm about to talk about, that's where I went and got my promo shots done. Jerry, look at you giving us views on Facebook and YouTube. See, you're the real MVP out here. Jerry is over here killing it with the pictures and all that stuff, man. So if you need any photography stuff done, promoters, if you want your shit to look good, look at Jerry Vagana and Jerry V Photography. But some of those pictures that Jerry took, kind of might have gave us a glimpse into what might be in your future at Sanctuary Fight Club. What are your thoughts at Diggy Bronson trying to come fuck with you after your big win? I thought that was kind of rude to try to mess your moment up.
Dude, he comes out, does this like 10-minute speech or whatever about how hard his life was. And I'm just here like, oh my God, dude. Like, you come out here, do a whole 10-minute speech to basically tell me that you're a loser. What are you doing, bro? Like, man, if you want to cry for attention any more obvious, like, bro, I don't know, make a Facebook post like the rest of the marks do on Facebook, because that's what you are. So I don't know, man. I got really no feelings towards him. Like, do I like the guy? No. But like, as a threat, I mean, warm up, brother.
He said, warm up. He said, is this kind of like reminiscent to what our good buddy Solo B said? He said, fuck your growth, fuck your camp. I mean, that's kind of, I don't know. I mean, he's laying it down. I mean, like I say, shit, that's the clip. There you go.
I mean, it's just like I said, man, it speaks for itself. He comes up to my face, to like my belly button, I should say, and just talking mad shit. I mean, I gotta give it to him. The guy could talk some shit. He was getting under my skin a little bit, but like, it's like a fly, like on your, your forehead or something. Get the fuck off me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just pretty much like that. So whatever. I mean, but if he wants to have that challenge, I'm all for it, man. I don't like I said when I was at the end of the match after he left, I was put anybody in front of me and right out here or in the locker room, I'll take care of him. And if that's what he wants to do, if he wants another failure to write down and complain about on the microphone, I'll be glad to do it.
You're gonna give him another chapter to his sob story, is that?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you remember like SpongeBob? Oh, just like the smallest violin. That's what I think about.
Oh yeah,
violin. It's funny you say that, because I, for one, have been having to watch quite a lot of SpongeBob lately, because my new nephew, Jaden, who already has him one of those nice twisted tumblers from Kathy, who I'm sure is watching. Kathy, if you're in the comments, we appreciate you.
Kathy.
Karam, I'm serious, because, bro, with you being in the gym so much, you got to get you some of these twisted tumblers, bro. I'm serious. You'll be out here. See, J-Bone's got his there. Put it up in the camera right quick. Show him the thing with the logo part.
Look at that, bro.
I had an unfortunate. Kathy, if you do happen to be watching,
she's watching. Oh shit!
Yeah.
I had an unfortunate mishap with my lids. Both my lids ended up broken somehow.
He broke them. You bastard! She gave us good stuff and you broke them.
Horrible.
Cups.
You bastard!
So I'm back to the G Fuel cups for the moment.
Bro,
you bastard!
I gotta go back to the SpongeBob, man. But isn't it like better when you're older? You said you had to watch it a lot.
It's fucked up because I watch it now and I'm like, how did some of this stuff get on TV is what I want to know.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
You listen to it now and you're like, damn, I totally did not know what they were really
over my head.
Like right over my head.
Yeah.
And then here's my thing, though. How come after he's been out, I remember the first episode of SpongeBob came out when I was in 5th grade.
Sure.
So we're talking 2001. How come after 20 years, they all of a sudden got to say SpongeBob's gay?
I mean, wasn't it pretty obvious, bro?
I mean, it was, but like, it was like they did this whole big reveal. I'm like, so what does that change about the show? Nothing really, because he was always like the happy-go-lucky guy anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like
Well,
when the episode with him and Patrick were taking care of the clam, and Patrick was sleeping at his other house and stuff like that. I was like, oh, well, this is what it is. And I mean, he's always had a mad crush on, always had a mad crush on Squidward. So like, hey man, more power to it. Shout out to SpongeBob. I'm glad he had the confidence.
He wanted that clarinet bad, huh?
Yeah, man.
We have gotten off on a hell of a tangent, but look, there's some stuff that I want to talk about that you've been doing recently. Obviously, you got to make your AEW debut recently, but I want to talk about something else that I want to know if we're going to see some more of now that you're back on the scene. Mm-hmm. Also, fellow past guests of the show who we've been talking about having this dude come back for like fucking, I feel like a year at least at this point. But your tag team partner and Hustle and Muscle, Rohit Raju, man. So are we gonna see more of you guys? I mean, you guys were fucking killing it in AEW before you got hurt and all that good stuff. And I mean, like I said, everything I've seen, I was talking to him about having you guys come on just as a tag team because of the stuff I've seen.
Dude, whatever.
And I mean, it's a good it's a good element to add to your game because, I mean, with you debuting in a place like AEW, I mean, it shows that you can not only do your thing as a single, but also as a tag. What up, no, Jess? I see you in the comments, my guy.
What up, buddy?
Yeah, man. Dude, we're back at AEW. I mean, our next match is against Josh C and ACH. So, I mean, that's right there. I mean, that's a main eventer no matter where it is on the card. So we're killing it there. And obviously, we just did some stuff with AEW recently that just got posted. And we were doing stuff, just moving forward. Glory Pro with Big X, Big Flexi. He's also, part of the Hustle and the Muscle idea, So we get to do that with him in St. Louis, which is great, too. So honestly, man, we picked up where we left off. There wasn't really like a misstep. Like I stayed like pretty active online, so like it wasn't hard to find my place again. You know what I mean?
So you were very active online, except for them bastards that tried to get into your Instagram. I just had to recently deal with that with Facebook, man, dude. What the fuck? Social media is starting to become like a killer, bro. You can't even have your own social media without bastards trying to get in and take your page over. Like, damn.
I didn't have any social media before I started wrestling, man, and I was just much happier in that part of my mind. But we got to have it, and we got to deal with the bullshit that comes with it, right?
I mean, I speak about it all the time, especially in the indie scene and stuff like that. That is the single best way to get your name out there,
especially Twitter, bro.
Fan base, man.
Like, think about it. Like Twitter, Twitter's probably the best one. Like Facebook, honestly, I don't think you need it. I just think I like to showcase. Like my family's there from overseas. I like to show them what I'm doing. Like Twitter, it's like really where your stuff gets out. But man, like Twitter makes the impression that everybody's opinion matters. So you just come across like all just a bunch of like negative stuff. But there's also a lot of positive things with social media too, obviously. So with good comes bad, and with bad comes good. Yep. And yeah, it just kind of sucks that we got to do it.
I literally say this all the time.
Recently started the whole Twitter machine thing, like just when I got on with these guys. And I'll tell you what, man, I am not the dumbest guy in the world. So now that I know that, I'm cool with Twitter now. All I got to do is search Twitter and scroll down a little bit, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not that bad.
Twitter, it'll take you down holes you didn't even realize they were even an option.
Kind of like stupid shit like this.
What is that? Who even does that? Who takes the time to even?
Yeah, because anybody knows what the hell you're talking about.
It could be a good thing from Russian.
Look, bro, after what I've been reading in the news, I don't know. But anyways, talking about social media, I couldn't agree with you anymore because how often have I told both of you that if it were not for the show, I'm telling you, I have deactivated my Facebook before for a few months at a time. And it was literally like the best shit I've ever done. But at the same time, I also say this all the time, like social media, both in MMA or combat sports and pro wrestling, it's just crazy. Like the shit that people will say on social media, I'm like, you do not have the balls to say this in person.
Yeah.
And then now it's getting more and more regular that people will just say stupid shit on social media. And then you got to run into them. Like, oh my God, in MMA, it's been cracking me up so hard. Like the amount of videos I'm seeing with guys that are like actually showing up to these gyms, which I'll give you credit for having balls to do, but then they just get fucking worked.
Yeah.
Well, just look at like what, for instance, what happened in last weekend's main event. Shout out yet again the winner, Jamal Hill, but he even had to stand up for Johnny Walker and the fact of like, man, these fans are just being a little too ruthless, man. I understand.
ESPN was a little ruthless, bro.
But like, you know, like if even the winners, like, dude, like, come on, guys, like, don't shit on them that bad. Like,
here's the
then
thing.
you know it's a little too far. I feel like, you know. And,
I mean, look, bro, I'm gonna put it like this: like, it would be different if you're a guy like Conor McGregor or even a guy like Ric Flair. That was most of why people wanted to see him. You know, people either wanted to see him get his ass whipped, either they wanted to see him get his ass whipped, or they wanted to see him win. But my point being, it would be different if Johnny Walker went in there and was like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna blow this guy. I'm gonna blow this guy out."
Yeah.
Blah blah blah, whatever. He didn't do none of that. He got caught. I mean, it was a gnarly ass knockout, but he got caught. I mean, and at the end of the day, there's a reason why they're fighting in the UFC. Like at the end of the day, like sit behind the keyboard. That's I mean, that's all I know really to say with that one. But you know, speaking of keyboards, I mean, your keyboard's got to be lighting up with your guys' debut on AEW. So give me your thoughts on you guys debuting in AEW and how long has this been in the works? Was it a thing before you got hurt or recent or?
No, dude. No, honestly, I found out like 2 weeks beforehand that I was gonna go. And then I knew Rohit was going before I knew I was going. So it just kind of worked like that. And then yeah, man, we went to Chicago, then we went to Orlando, and then we pretty much had the match. And honestly, like nothing but good comes out of a situation like that, no matter what the outcome is or how far. Like, look, bro, if you know how to make yourself look good in 3 minutes, which I believe I did, then I think there's talent there. So, like, dude, I love the opportunity. You know, I don't think it's going to be my last time there, and I'm just looking forward to like what's next with it. You know, honestly, like I'm happy to be on that poster, man. When you like, and it's a cool feeling, man, when you get those promo pics and you get that like oh, like look who you're versing, and it's just like, oh man, that's really cool. And it's because like you give so much to wrestling, you know. And keep in mind, like the business doesn't owe you anything, and it shouldn't owe you anything. But like, man, when it gives you moments like that, and like, dude, I hear Taz talking about saying I'm a strong athlete. You know what I mean? It's like hearing that, like, oh, like watching SmackDown as a kid, you know, you hear that same voice talking about Eddie Guerrero, and it's like, man, I'm just cool that I was able to do that and say that I did. It was kind of a similar feeling when my matches got put on the WWE Network, and they're on Peacock too, you know. And it's just like, it's really cool. Like those types of feelings, like you can't beat them, you know, because it's like, okay, you're making a dent in something in a universe that's so big. So yeah, man, it's really awesome. And like I said, like going through the injuries that I went through and having the belief system behind me that I do, you know, I really do think that anything's possible with the capabilities that I already have. So yeah, man, it obviously just all positive thing with it. All positive thing with it. I liked it. I knew I won. I'm gonna tell you the best thing. Like when I was in the backstage, close to the locker room, Mark Henry was there, and then he was like, "Man, you're a swole motherfucker." I won, bro. I won. The world's strongest man just said I'm a swole motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I won.
Night was made right there.
Yeah, night was made. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, I'll always remember that shit. Yeah, dude, it's cool. It was a really cool feeling.
So that's one thing I wanted to ask you about, dude. You're just making this easy ass interview for me to do. So that's why you guys got to make sure you follow us at KO3C Pod so you can see these badass clips that'll be out there tomorrow to let motherfuckers know what's good. But My question is, man, with you being at AEW, especially with all the talk about locker rooms and all these things, because there's been so many people that have been going back and forth. I don't know if I got to tell you while I was there, but like I got to go last year. We were at Revolution. Mega Ran, shout out Mega Ran, who just was on the AEW Black History Month project that they just put out there. I just saw he got his album in the mail, and he did the theme for Revolution last year. Ironic the timing with Revolution being next week. But dude, like AEW's just got such a different vibe to it than everywhere else. But with all the stuff that's been in the news with Cody and all that stuff, what was your thoughts on just like the vibe of your overall experience, like the locker room, the guys you were around? Like, does it seem like a good, like, does it seem super uptight? Did you feel like on eggshells or anything?
No,
or how was it?
Not at all, dude. There were familiar faces there. So like, that's always nice when you see people that, you've known and worked with. But everybody was cool, man. Like shooting the shit. Locker room was really like the Orlando. Everything was smooth. Obviously, the Chicago show, it was like an actual like live event and everything, like with their TV show. So everything's a little bit more like okay, you're in a bigger place. So that's always going to be a little bit more like TV, But like when we were in Orlando, it was super chill. Everyone's super nice. Nobody's like making you feel. Like you're walking on eggshells. Really, nobody is. There's catering, and that's always awesome for a dude like me, man. So
what kind of spread are we talking? I hear everybody's catering different. What kind of spread are we talking?
Oh, dude, what did they have, man? Well, the one in Chicago, man, they had some good food. There was so much cake and cheesecake, and dude, it was funny because I would grab a cake, right, and I'm eating it, and then all of a sudden they bring the other cake. I was like, well, I gotta grab the other cake, and then that one, then another one comes. Oh, I gotta grab this one, and then so it's awesome, man. Yeah, there's like a fridge full of like protein shakes and soda, and it's like I fucking love this, but
do you know how many people are gonna watch this and be like, "Fuck this guy. He just eats what he wants and still looks like fucking dude." Right, dude."
That's not
how many people are gonna watch this and be like, "Fuck this guy."
And the world's strongest man still compliments him.
Hey, bro.
I ain't mad at you, bro. I deserve get it how you live, bro. I am with it. I am not hating at all. Being somebody that's been in the gym like the majority of my life, I ain't mad at you, bro.
Yeah,
I am not mad at you.
I'm just saying is that if it's all right in front of me, I'm not going to say no to it.
I mean, you'd be a bastard if you didn't.
Right. Like, come on.
It takes fuel to get that big, right? You got to, it's the work that gets you there.
I'll burn it off.
Fuel it up in between.
Yeah, I'll burn it off.
A little bit of carbs, a little bit of sugar, whether it be cake and icing, it's okay. You got to burn it off.
Oh, yeah, dude. It was awesome. But yeah, back to the vibe. Vibe's super cool, man. Everyone's cool, man. I didn't feel small. Like, no one tried to make you feel small at all, so.
Dude, I love to hear that, though, because it's interesting because, dude, like, that's another good question. I mean, with you being back out on the indies and, making your debut over here in AEW, what are your thoughts on the overall landscape as far as wrestling goes? Because I mean, now you've got WWE and AEW. There's a lot of people moving around. There's the formation they're talking of, this control your narrative thing with EC3 and Adam Scherr and all that. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Ring of Honor next, but they're going to be back Mania weekend. So I mean, what are your thoughts on the overall landscape thing? Because there's a lot of places for people to go right now, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, it's funny because you look back like 3 years ago, where were the places to be? Evolve and Ring of Honor. And then things just change, man. Now those two are not even there. So it's like, I mean, the climate right now is that there's work at a lot of places. And I think every wrestler should be happy that there's work at a lot of places. There's a lot of opportunity to showcase yourself, including like the streams like High Spots and Fight TV and all that stuff. So like, man, as far as like exposure goes and where to make money, like an actual like livable money, I think it's like peak right now. You know what I mean? And then like even after this, like, a lot of people are getting released, a lot of people are getting signed, a lot of contracts are just like expiring. A lot of people are going to go everywhere, and then that's going to settle. That's just this, like, what's happening right now. I don't think that type of feel lasts forever, and that hype lasts forever. So things will die down a little bit, and then people will be where they're at, and then you're gonna have another burst in the indies again, and then it just kind of it's always like a full circle, bro.
It's an ebb and flow.
Yeah, it's always like that's life, the roller coaster, man. So right now it's like awesome. You know what I mean?
It's funny you say that with the people's contracts too, because we got a question for you in the comments with somebody who had just came out today that has let their contract expire with WWE. And I'm going to just say, I had the pleasure of getting to work out with this guy WrestleMania weekend a couple years ago. I did the day with the Dead Boys deal, and it was him and Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch came through and a whole bunch of them. That guy is certifiably might be the strongest motherfucker I've ever seen physically with my own eyes.
Cesaro.
Yes.
That when you such the strongest motherfucker.
Dude, I'm not kidding you. This motherfucker came in with no warm up, no nothing. Hops in there and it's just and I'm not talking about kid weights here, dude. Just throwing shit around. And I'm just like, damn.
Yeah,
so
dude.
What are your thoughts on Cesaro, and how do you feel about Joey says a dream match for him would be you versus Cesaro. What are your thoughts on Cesaro leaving WWE, and what are your thoughts on a match with him?
Oh, dude, I mean, it seems like that's what he wanted. So if that's what he wanted, that's okay, then there's really not more to say about it in that sense. Is it a bummer that you won't see him at his fullest capacity there? I mean, yeah. But if this is what he wants, this is what he wants, and that gives an opportunity, like you said, to work with people like me. And I mean, obviously that would be a dream match of mine too, And it's so far out for me, at times, when I think about that, where it's oh man, match with Cesaro, and then you think about it, oh wow, that could actually happen. It's oh fuck, that would be sweet. So yeah, I mean, all I could say with that, bro, is that I mean, if that's what he wanted, then good for him. And then if I can get an opportunity with that, fuck yeah.
Well, you mentioned places like Evolve and things like that. I mean, it's a damn shame that I still say this to this day. I feel like WWE missed a hell of an opportunity with, we got NXT 2.0 and now they've got NXT Level Up. Why couldn't you have just had NXT Evolve? That would have been I mean, if you really think about all the guys that were there, guys and girls, matter of fact, that were there when you were there originally with Evolve, man. I mean, holy shit.
Hell of a locker room. Yeah.
You're not kidding, dude. I mean, at any given time, there were so many people. Hell, we ended up on Bleacher Report before I was smart enough to be able to capitalize on social media, because I asked a simple question to Darby Allin that I'm going to, pose to you, so you can go ahead and check that out on the past episodes as well. He didn't like this question, but I'll ask you as well. But what are your thoughts on your time in Evolve? How do you feel like it helped prepare you for where you're at now?
Oh, you don't like that question?
Oh no, because his exact answer was, and I quote, he goes, "Oh, you work for Evolve?" I said, "No, we just do interviews for them when they come to town." He goes, "Well, you can tell them to go fuck themselves." Oh no, he was not happy.
Okay. Dude, you know what, man? I think Gabe is very good at scouting talent. And
Jerry coming in with the news.
Yeah. I didn't even get to read that. But I see the thing, but it didn't get picked up. Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you, Jerry. Jerry. All right.
For real.
Yeah. Oh, man. Crap, dude, I lost my train of thought.
We're talking Evolve and
dude, so he's very good at scouting talent. I was in Florida, Clearwater, when he was there. I had my match, and then I had my promo, and he seemed to like me, and then gave me opportunity. And there, he gave me exposure. He gave me the opportunity to, for the first time, wrestle in New York and New Jersey, and all those things. So I mean, I was at the tail end of it where I was told don't sign anything, but then COVID happened and that was that, so I didn't have too much time with him maybe to say I've only had good experiences, so I'm nothing but happy with my experience there. I mean, it's a bummer that some other people didn't have the same, but they paid me well. They took care of me, and they gave me good opportunity. Like I was in the ring with like Eddie Kingston and having matches with AR Fox and like what? No, dude, I was totally thankful. Like, you know, people can say what they want about like Gabe and everything like that. You know, I know, but with me, he always treated me like a superstar, and I really appreciated that.
I mean,
Hey man, I was nothing but a big fan of them. Go ahead.
What's that?
You can only speak to your own experience.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. So
whether other people had their, you know, quote unquote bridge burned or whatever the case be, you can only speak to what you dealt with, and it sounds like it was all positive. So
yeah, dude. And to this day, by the way, Gabe checks up on me and wants to check out my matches and critiques me when I ask him to this day. So I got nothing but love for the guy.
I mean, and what a mind to have in your back pocket, dude. I mean, Gabe Sapolsky's had time with WWE, Ring of Honor. Like, I mean, he had parts with ECW and shit. Like, I mean, dude, like literally, you talk about a mind for wrestling, like son of a bitch, dude. Like, you can't really get, you know, I mean, a guy that doesn't have different levels of it, much more experience from all different spots. Because I mean, every one of the places I just named, between ECW, WWE, Ring of Honor, they're all a totally different product. So I mean, to have that in a locker room and a guy at the head of a company, that's I feel like it would be a great thing. Like you said, obviously some people like Darby didn't. I mean, I don't know any more about it, but hey, Darby, if you ever hear this, the door's always open, my man. So hey, we've already made quite a few fans between Uncle Chase last week and then on top of that, you know,
I was just about to say that you've been definitely raking in the fans with all that stuff, man.
Son of a bitch, dude. Like, and that's the thing, like, dude, I'm not coming out here trying to like, oh, this is gonna start some shit. Let's go. But I mean, I've always said since the start of this show, the thoughts and opinions of whoever we bring on here may not be those of ours, but at the same time, I'm not gonna censor anybody that comes on the show.
Right.
So
provide the platform,
enter at your own risk, motherfuckers. I'm just saying. But hey man, well, you brought up another great point. It's almost time for WrestleMania weekend. I am pretty fucking excited to get down to Dallas. I just got my flight changed. I'm gonna be there Thursday to Tuesday, so we most definitely got to link up in Texas because Devin will also be down there with me, and I will be down there with Megaran as well, dude. So it's gonna be a damn good time.
Oh yeah, man. If you're lifting, let me know any good gyms you know over there.
Let's go, dude. I got that. I got that crunch shit where I can go wherever. So if you got crunch, we can go in any of them.
I did work out at the crunch. You work out at the Taylor one, downriver.
Yeah, dude.
I used to go there, but I go to the Powerhouse up in the Novi area, man. I can't beat it, man. I like it.
I always like Powerhouse too. Funny story. I mean, and ironic because I just saw him at the GCW show. I used to lift at the Powerhouse that was on Telegraph in Dearborn Heights, by where the Bank of America was.
Where?
Dearborn Heights.
Telegraph. Yep. Oh yeah, I worked out there like in high school, bro.
Yeah, it's changed like 3 different times to like 3 different gyms. But yeah, dude. And then like the gym over here by my house in Taylor used to be a Taylor Powerhouse. Because, like I said, I ran in when I was 11, dude. I remember my dad used to be a power lifter, so he used to. So he took me into the Taylor Powerhouse because him and Rhino used to lift together. I still have I still have the copy of WrestleMania 18 Rhino gave me for my 11th birthday, fucking almost 20 years ago. And I went up and I'm like, bro, I know there's probably no chance you're gonna remember this, but you gave this to me like 20 years ago and explained the whole deal. So, like I said, I remember Powerhouse quite well, and I missed that one in Dearborn Heights. I really only went to Crunch just because they had the more flexible hours, and to be honest with you, LA Fitness got to be kind of expensive.
LA Fitness is a joke, bro. I'll never endorse them. I'll never. They suck. Yeah. Sorry, LA Fit. If I'm ever super famous one day, I'll never
take a sponsorship.
No, I'll never change.
You're about to get a letter in the mail for a sponsorship anytime now.
So that's funny.
Hell yeah. So we won't look for an LA Fitness, but we might find a Crunch Fitness. So Mania weekend, wait a minute. I just thought about it. Son of a bitch. No. we might have something in the works for you, just for the simple fact that PCO, who is a fellow past guest of this show, I actually might be doing something with him and a fellow buddy of yours, a guy who Joey wants to see you scrap with, and I guess I'll ask his question here in a second. But Isaiah Broner. So we'll definitely be getting down in the Dallas area. Now Devin lives down there now, so it's going to be a good time, dude. So
Sweet.
We definitely got to make this fucking happen. Even if PCO doesn't make it, I'm down. I'm there Thursday to Tuesday. So,
dude, with Isaiah Broner, I think that's like a match a few people want to see. So, I mean, we're both down for it. So whoever books it, I mean, we're there. I think we can make some magic for sure.
I agree, man. What are your thoughts with you guys were both part of DTA? Like, what's the status of the DTA front, man? I mean, you guys were all DTA, and he, like you, we just had Tommy Vendetta on here before his big matches this weekend with Hoodfoot and the stuff for ICW No Holds Barred and all that good stuff. So make sure you go back and check that out, because he had some choice words for Hoodfoot. But hey, man. Sometimes it'd be like that. But my question is, with all of you guys starting to branch out, like, what are your thoughts on the whole DTA thing? Did that help? Was that a big help for you? And are you guys all still a group, or are you kind of solo now?
I've considered myself out of the group for a couple years now. I understand their idea, but I didn't think how I wanted to showcase myself was what their mold was. And there was no hard feelings with that, obviously. But I saw a vision with Rohit, and we wanted to do our thing. And then, so, just stuff happens, and stuff doesn't last forever. Like, I mean, even for a minute, Jody Threat was a part of DTA, right? So,
and that's no shade towards them. I mean, we're all fans of them as well too. But like I said, I just thought it'd be a good thing to bring up, since that's the match that they're all calling for.
Yeah, I mean, they're the like very over everywhere they go, right? So I mean, it's just how I wanted to kind of showcase myself. It just wasn't that, and I think that's okay. And I think you could have artistic disagreements and still be friends and move on from. I think that's important. So, like, as far as that goes, I know Bronner's still in DTA. I know he represents them. I'm not, which leaves the door open for I can go against them, and I'm more on that. I like to work against all of them, anyways. They're great. They're a talented group of guys, So. I mean,
I just feel like that's a banger waiting to happen, and it's a fucking hoss fight, because you guys are just, I mean, shit. At this point, everything I've seen from Isaiah, he's indiscriminate. Hell, it was him versus, Jocelyn Navarro, from what I saw at the Black Lives Matter, or the Black Wrestlers Matter. Jesus Christ, if I could spit it out. Lord, took me 4 tries. But I mean, hey, dude, like I said, that sounds like a banger of a match. So I hope we can see it. Joey says, hell, he'll book it if he has to.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, no, for sure. Like I said, I'm down. I'm down to work with any of them. I recently worked with Tommy Vendetta and Alex Weir. Those guys are always really easy and fun to work with. And then I haven't had a match with Aaron in a while, and I want to, because I'm just in a different place in wrestling now. So I would like a match with him. Antoine is like the most, probably, like, it's like he is so good, and I want to say underrated, even though
he is underrated. The Black Diamond Jack Price is very fucking underrated. I've said that multiple times. Hell, I got to bring him on the show one of these times.
You should.
I've been saying that for a hot minute.
Yeah, I say, like, he's one of those guys, like, and this comes for any people breaking in the Michigan scene. Like, if you want someone to, like, pick your brain and watch your match, ask Jack Price. Ask Jack Price, because he's the man, for real. He'll take your ideas and just add his, like, spin to it, and you're just like, oh, I didn't know I can look at it like that.
Hey, man, I've heard nothing but that from everybody that's worked with the Black Diamond. So we'll definitely have to make that one happen. Like I said, I have thought very much the same of Mr. Price for a long time myself. Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, I guess the last question is we talked about Cesaro a little bit, and we talked about what happened with Johnny Walker, but have you gotten to check out any of the Bare Knuckle FC stuff, bro?
No.
Holy shit.
No.
Could you imagine what a big bastard like him would do in Bare Knuckle FC, Corey?
I am assuming very nasty shit.
I mean, hell, could you imagine him against a guy who you might see on this show very soon? A guy who's fighting for that heavyweight strap in Bare Knuckle. Josh Burns, that's two big bitches. That's a hoss fight,
That's
dude.
fucking sweet, man. No, I'm all about that.
Hey, dude, go ahead.
No shade towards Josh Burns or anything, but I just realized my man's out here chasing that check. He is not fighting for that heavyweight strap that you mentioned under BKF.
It's not under BKF.
BYB. Yeah. So he's out here chasing checks. He's seeing.
Hey, bro, that's a hell of a belt.
I can't argue with that.
Gotta get paid, man. You gotta.
Dude, he was originally supposed to fight Mark Goodbeer, which that would have been a scrap, and then Goodbeer is out for whatever reason. But now it's him versus Travis View. What's crazy is fellow Michigan guy James Lee. I remember when I first started training with James, and this is back in like 2006. James had just beaten View either very similar. I don't remember the exact year, but somewhere around there. Fuck, he fought Travis View in fucking Pride and knocked him out. And that's how long Travis View's been fighting, and now he's fighting Bare Knuckle, son of a bitch.
What the hell?
Hey, man, look, bro, that's a killer. But dude, I'm looking forward to Mania. What do you got going on Mania weekend? And is there anything that you're looking forward to getting into once we get down to Dallas, bro?
No comment on the Dallas stuff yet. I'll let you know though. But as far as on the Dallas
I
stuff,
hear you.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But
I got you. I said, stay tuned to them social medias. Make sure you're following us at KO3C Pod. We're always showing love to past guests. But like I said, all the more reason that you got to hit subscribe because, we always do those vlogs when we go out of town. And this time I'm going to be out there from Thursday to Tuesday. So that's plenty of time to catch some shit. And hey, you can make fun of the fact that even though I'm not too bad for being a small guy, I get to look even smaller next to this big son of a bitch. So I mean, it's gonna be a good time, dude. Yeah. So it's gonna be a good time. That's a good question for you, bro. How at every show does everybody fucking call you like Aquaman at this point?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like a thing now, right? I mean, like the guy's a handsome young man, so I could be compared to much worse.
I was just about to say it's probably not a bad thing.
I was going to say I don't think that's a bad comparison because I mean I heard many of the female compatriots at that show and they didn't seem too upset by that. So I mean I'm just saying that the Aquaman thing might be
works.
It
works.
There's as someone that rocks the long hair myself, there's much worse things that we.
Corey, he's got your locks beat, sir.
Oh man,
he's got your locks beat and got a lot more muscles. Hot damn it!
It's all good, man. It's all good. Everybody got their own strengths.
On my end,
everybody has their own strengths.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody's got their own strengths, man. Just remember us when you start raking in them big checks with AEW. But speaking of raking in checks, I'd be remiss before we get out of here to give a shout out to our sponsors at G3 Payroll and Tax. So if you need any help with your accounting, your taxes, your business taxes, any of that shit, shout out to Jack and the guys and girls at G3 Tax, Payroll, and Accounting. Check them out. The link's in the description. Had to get that out there. But
I got a quick question for you before we go, man. It seems like you've been around the block when it comes to this wrestling game, dude. As far as one person, you got one person to pick. Let's just say it all ends tomorrow, and you got one match left. Could be anywhere. Who you picking?
Oh, whoa, what the fuck?
Shit, he hit him with the killer.
Gotta get you with the tough one on the way out.
Anybody, anywhere, at any time. It doesn't matter where they are in their career.
And any time period.
Any time period, dude. What the?
Oh, fuck yeah, really... man. I want the most wild shit you can come up with.
Now I gotta do wild stuff. Macho Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would love to fight AJ Styles for sure.
I like that. I feel like that would be a hell of a match with him.
Dude, I mean, I'd walk out 20 times better.
Fuck. How could you not? That guy is the absolute truth. What are your thoughts? You would. It sounds like it might be him and Edge. What do you think?
I mean, that's like, I mean, who wouldn't be excited for that? You know what I mean?
Ring the bell. I'll be in that bitch.
Yeah.
One of that. So it's gonna be a good time, dude. I'm looking forward to that too. And I hope at one point, well, shit. If you're gonna get AJ, you better hurry up because I know he just signed another contract. But who knows how long?
Maybe
how
I'll
long
be in the
that's gonna
Fed.
be.
Maybe I'll be in the Fed one day. We'll see.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah,
but throw
we'll
out
see.
your social medias now, since motherfuckers
man.
want to get into Instagrams and stuff.
Yeah, man. Look, guys, don't try to add me on Facebook. I really don't add anybody on there anymore. Like it's just there. I post just like family and for the most part. But like if you want to follow me, my Twitter is my first and last name, Karam Alame _. And then my Instagram is basically the same thing at Karam Alame. So that's so just follow me on those. Both of the profiles have like my full name in there, so you'll know how to spell it anyway. So yeah.
He's trying to give motherfuckers a spelling lesson. Cody, what's going on, man? You came in, but we are just getting to the end of this motherfucker. Cody,
yeah, you missed out, Cody. You missed out.
Hey, man,
Good thing the replay goes up quick, right?
Yeah.
Hey, we're live. As soon as I hit end broadcast, this fucker is right up there and ready to go. So, like I said, man, it's been a good time, dude. Hopefully, next time I don't wait 3 years in between fucking appearances. So I can't wait to see you in Dallas, dude. It's gonna be a damn good time. We have to make this shit happen.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, thanks for shooting the shit with me. It's always a good time. Pleasure seeing you guys. Yeah, man. Don't be a stranger.
Oh yeah.
Cool,
Appreciate the time, man.
Yeah,
he said, "Damn it, man! I gotta work at 1 a.m. I apologize. Next time, hey, dude, you're good. That's why you gotta make sure you hit that subscribe button. Go back and watch that motherfucker in post. That's what I'm talking about. And if you guys hear this in the post, make sure you hit subscribe on all those podcast platforms, all that good shit. And until next time, and in the in between time, peace.
Peace.